Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel School of Automation. This is the part 6 of Selenium basic web series, and in this video we learn about three web element method. Those are isDisplayed, isEnabled and isSelected. And for today's exercise we will use this accounts.lambdatest.com and browserstack.com. So now let's see the first method, that is displayed. So this method determines if an element is currently being displayed or not on the web page. Means if the web element is displayed, then it will return true, else it will return false. So now let's see the practical part for this. Here I have already created one sample project and already imported all these required library. And now let me create one test class here, and in this side I will use this test engine annotation. Then I will create one test method, and all these activity we will perform on Firefox driver. So let me create object of Firefox class here, and with the help of this driver let me navigate to the site. And for this isDisplayed method we will use this lambdatest.com URL. So let me copy it, and before continue the coding part, let's understand the use case that we will automate here. So in this lambdatest.com site, here whenever I will enter any invalid email ID and click outside or press enter, then this invalid email address validation message displayed, right? So we will try to capture either this validation message displayed or not. So let's see now here. So first of all I have to enter here value. So we required this email text field. So let me quickly inspect this text field using find by element, and we will use by as a id, and this id is email only. And after that this will return us a web element. So I am storing into one web element, right? So web element name will be email field only, right? And after that we have to provide values. So I will use this send keys, and value will be abc. And after that I need to press enter. So enter in Selenium we can press like keys dot enter, sorry, keys dot enter. So now abc will enter, and then finally it will press the enter key as well. So now let me inspect this validation message also. So in this we don't have any class id name. So class we have, but I will not use this. So let's try this one, this attribute using xpath. So let me create one xpath here, and yeah, so here we have to provide at that. So now you can see we are successfully able to locate using this xpath. And now let me again, with the help of this driver object, we have to find that validation web element, and this time we will use xpath, and this is the value of xpath. And again it will return a web element, and the web name of the web element like validation message, right? So our main target is we have to check either this web element displayed or not. So using this web element I will call its display method, and this will return, as you can see here, the return type is boolean. It means it will return a boolean value. So I need to store in a variable which having boolean type is display, and for our reference let me just print it out so that we can see either this element is displayed or not. So let me execute it. Hopefully this will work. So first it will launch the browser and then navigate to this demo site, and here you can see it's I think yeah, you can see it's printed true. It means that particular web element related to validation message is displayed. So now let's see the next one, that is isEnabled, and this method determines if the web element currently enabled or not. Means if element is enabled then it will return true, else it will return false. So now let's see the practical part. For that let me quickly create another class and let me remove all this code, and in this example we'll use the same URL itself, and let's understand the use case first. So here you can see let me refresh this. So here you can see by default this login button is enabled, but as soon as I will enter this email ID here, because this is an invalid email ID, so this login button will become a disable. So we will try to automate this functionality here. So let me quickly locate this login button with the help of this ID, and using this driver object only with the help of this find element, and by this time we will use ID, and this is the ID, and this will return a web element, and name of the web element is login button, and then I will say with the help of this login button web element we will call isEnabled, right? So this is the login button. Yeah, so this enable method will return again boolean value, so we have to store in boolean variable only. Each enable is the boolean variable name, and let me print it out for our reference. So before entering value the state of this button will be true only, right? But after entering the value the state will become disable. So we have to enter value here as well. So for that I am just referring the same code from previous example, and here you can see this is the email text field locator, and I am just entering ABC and then press enter. So now you will see state of this button will be changed as disable, and I am storing in this variable only, and for our reference I am just printing this value again, and I will say after entering value, right? So here now I am again explaining. So using this locator we are just locating the login button here, and directly we are just checking the state is enabled or not, and storing into this variable and directly printing like before entering value this is the state, right? And after that we are just entering value in this email text field, that is ABC, and then we are pressing the enter so that this button will become disable. And after entering the value again we are capturing the state of this login button and storing into the same variable, and we are just printing after entering value this will be the state. So now let me execute this one. So here you can see before entering value the button state is true, means that is enabled, and after entering value the state become false. So that's all about this isEnabled method. So now let's see the next one, that is isSelected, and this isSelected method will determine whether the state of element is selected or not. means if the element is selected, then it will return true, else it will return false. So now let's see the practical part. For that let me create quickly this test3 class, and in this demo we will use this browser stack site here. So let me copy the URL, and before continue the coding part, let's understand the use case first. So here you can see this is the browser stack site, and here we have one checkbox. So first we will check the state of this checkbox by default, and then we will click here, and after clicking also we will check the state of this checkbox, and then let's see. So with the help of this get method, I am just navigating to this site, and then we have to inspect this checkbox first. So here I think we have, yes, we have name. So using this name, let me find out that web element by dot name, and again we will store into a web element, and name of the web element like checkbox, right? And with the help of this web element, I will call isChecked method, and again it will return boolean value. So I'm storing into a boolean variable, and for our reference I am just printing the value like before click, and before click the value will be like this, and after that the same web element I will try to click, right? And now you will see, and now let me check the state of that particular checkbox again, and we will store into this variable only. And now let me print out the state after clicking on that particular checkbox, and here after click, that particular checkbox will check. So here we are expecting false, and here we are expecting true. So now let me execute this. So by default it's very fast, you can see it's executed, and here before click checkbox was unchecked, then we are getting false, and after clicking you can see the value will true. So that's all about this today's video.